Hey guys! Ooh, let me put some lip gloss on. Okay. I got my pizzas out in Georgia. Literally because sometimes I'll be editing my videos and I'm like, ugh, I wish I just put some chapstick on because this is really hard to watch. My lips are crusty. This one's by NYX. It's praline, but that's not what you came for. Today I'm gonna be doing a high school and college advice series. I'm gonna start a series. I have so much to say on these topics. Graduated high school a while ago. Ooh, let's not talk about it. Okay, I graduated high school in 2018 and I'm now in college until 2022. So I'm a junior and I feel like I need a necklace. So yeah, I am going to be in college until 2022. I'm a junior, so I've learned quite a few things about what you should and should not be doing. I feel like it would just be beneficial to start a series because I've learned so many things throughout the process of going throughout school. A lot of trauma, a lot of mental breakdowns and fails, things that you should generally avoid, and that is how I've gained all my wisdom. If you guys are wondering on my TikTok when I give you guys advice, I've learned all my wisdom through experience. I'm a really well-formed character now. Went through a lot of character development. I know especially this video is going to be so important because it's going to be weird to go back post-COVID, especially if you've never been to college before and you're like jumping into your sophomore year or something. Even if it's high school, I'm going to do a little bit of both, and if we like this series, comment down below and I'll give you more tips. So I broke it down. Let's go into high school first. So I'm not going to talk too much about high school just because I can make a whole separate video on high school. It's a lot to talk about. I feel like the main thing I struggled with in high school was confidence. Every problem I had, every social problem I had stemmed from a lack of confidence. Example one, if my crush didn't like me back or something of the sort, I know it was stemming from a lack of confidence because I definitely did not do the right things, nor did I act the right way. You know what I mean? So in terms of high school, a lot of the problems you're gonna face come with confidence. And what I can say about this is there is no right way to do high school. I used to think I had to have the right friend group and the right boyfriend. Please do not date high school boys. I used to think that I would need all of these things to have a good high school experience, and the truth is you only need a few quality friends that really understand you, even if it's one person. For me, it was one person for like 2 years. That's all you really need, is just like a few quality people. And if you have at least one quality person, one friend that gets you in your high school career, you can have a great time, a fabulous time. Because guess what? Those experiences you have with people who are just trying to be friends with, even though it's not naturally happening, they're not going to be as fun, and you're honestly not going to talk to them past high school, and it's just going to be a big fat mistake. That's friend groups. In terms of boys, same thing. Most of the boys you try to talk to or you have a crush on, you will not talk to past high school. So stop wasting your time. That was so aggressive. Try not to waste your time in high school worrying about your crush that much, because chances are, I know it's really romantic to think you're gonna marry that person. 99% of the people that you like in high school, you're not gonna talk to past high school. The name of the game is to just not place too much effort on things. I'm not saying don't go for people. Here's the thing. Don't put all your heart and soul into people that you're not gonna talk to. Focus more on yourself, finding yourself, loving yourself. Everything in relationships will just naturally come easier to you. Because once you learn to love yourself and spend time with yourself and be content, chilling by yourself without worrying, oh, I really wonder what Jimmy from math class is doing right now. That's creepy, and it's not gonna get you anywhere. And if you have that mindset, you're just gonna come off as very, not needy, but a little bit desperate to people, and honestly that turns guys away. In terms of guy advice, I would definitely say find yourself first, enjoy hanging out with yourself first, and all the rest will come very easy to you, because that's what people are attracted to, is confidence. Okay, relationships. Ugh. I have a few tips on relationships in high school. If you do get into relationships, do not ignore your friends. That's the big one, okay? I know so many people get into relationships in high school and lose their entire friend group because they've not wasted, but they spend so much time with one person that if things go wrong, now they break up with them and they have nobody to talk to about it. They have no friends left because your friends just kind of feel like, where were you this whole time, you know? So definitely do not cut your friends off if you get into a relationship. Those were the main problems that I faced in high school. So if you have any more topics, comment down below. I could do an entire video on high school. So much of me was just formed in college, and I think it will be for you guys too. So I'm gonna talk mainly about college. Also because my age group of people that watch my videos is 18 to 24. Whoa. So I'm assuming y'all are in college. I divided my college advice up into 3 categories: academic, social, and general health. Your health can go down the drain very easily, and I'm not saying that to even make a joke, like not even joking at all. There were times when my mental health was not the best in college, okay? I've had my worst times in college, and it's because you have no one there to take care of you, make sure you're doing well. You're really placed into this big fishbowl all by yourself. Let's talk about it. How to survive college. Here are my general tips. We're gonna start off with academic, and oh my freaking goodness, this one is so incredibly important, and it is to look up your professors. Overlooked and underrated, okay? Depending on what professor you have, it will determine your entire experience in that class. I cannot make this up. So you need to do your research. You need to go on Rate My Professor. You need to read people's reviews. There's a certain way to read Rate My Professor, okay? If you see one bad rating and the guy got like an F in the class, it might just be that guy's problem. You know what I mean? But just generally see who has the best ratings with multiple ratings. If it's just one, you can't really trust it. But if your professor has like multiple ratings and multiple people are telling you he makes you buy the textbook, doesn't do office hours, or she, any of these things that are kind of red flags, do not take the class. Take it with another professor. Take it in another semester. And I'm gonna list some of my Rate My Professor red flags now. So if they say you have to get the textbook, it's not a deal breaker, okay? On Rate My Professor scale of not taking that class, it would be like a 3, okay? Because I would still take a class if everything else was good about it, except for that. But in a lot of college classes, you don't need the textbook. You never need the textbook. And they lie and they tell you you need to get it in every class in the beginning, but just hold out, wait 2 weeks. You probably won't need it. So I've wasted hundreds of dollars. Another red flag of Rate My Professor is if it says they aren't helpful, don't care about the material, don't care about you. That's a huge red flag. You should have professors that care about you and your grade and want you to do well, because if you don't have professors like that, it's gonna be very hard to get them on your side. There have been times where I've been at an 89.8, okay, or 89.9, okay, and you're on the verge of an A, you're on the cusp. If you have a professor that doesn't care, they will not round you up. Someone explain that to me, because math tells me that if it's over 5, you round up. But no, they won't. Look up your professors. Those are the 2 main red flags. I would say a lot of busy work is like also a 3. It wouldn't be a deal breaker for me, but it's not the best. You want to get the professors that say that they care about you, like all the work is valuable, and you don't need the textbook. That would be like a rating 5 for classes. The lighting is about to change so much because the sun's going down. Should I put my light on now? I think we're gonna do it. The next tip, reach out to people in your classes. My light's gonna like make noises. That's gonna be so annoying. Reach out to people in your classes. This is a huge one, and one that is often overlooked by a lot of people, especially if you're gonna be doing virtual school in the fall. Think of making friends in your classes like a safety net. If you forget a homework assignment, that person is most likely gonna text you and be like, did you do the homework yet? And you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I forgot. Do not not talk to people in your classes, because it's kind of a safety net when it comes to assignments. It just helps you remember things a lot better. And if you have a question on something, you don't always wanna go straight to the professor. It's just good to have people who you can talk to. Join the class group chat, please. Oh my goodness. This is so incredibly important for college. That's all. I mean, people will ask people will ask questions about the homework. If there's a mistake on the homework or a mistake on this, they'll point it out, and you guys can go ask your professor. But it's so important to be in the group chat, to be in the know. You know what I mean? Okay, another really important tip is to organize your life. Find an organized schedule that works for you, like something that can make a schedule for you. I used to use Google Keep. That was pretty. It has fun colors. It's nice, but it doesn't really have a calendar aspect. Now I use Google Calendar. It's super helpful in helping me remember what I need to get done. But I know some people make an Excel sheet with all their assignments and due dates, so that's also really helpful. It's just a bit time consuming in the beginning of the semester, but it does pay off. If you use Notion, you're a definite psychopath. I don't understand how people can constantly update that app. It sounds atrocious. Oh my goodness. I know a lot of places are going back to in-person in the fall, my colleges, because COVID vaccines are now getting pushed out. So if you are in person, use the places on campus to study. You would have never caught me going to a library for fun ever in my life pre-college, okay? But libraries have been my savior, because living in a dorm, you don't want to just be stuck there and not study, because it's your environment. It's everything. A dorm is everything. It's your kitchen, it's your bathroom. Wait, no, wasn't mine. We had a separate bathroom. Anyway, it's your kitchen, it's your bedroom, it's your workspace, it's your dining room. Your dorm room is just everything in one, and you need to not be there when you're doing work. Kind of distracting to be around your bed. I would always go take a nap mid-work. That's not okay. So force yourself to get out, and cafes, so good, because you're sitting there and you're having the college aesthetic, you know what I mean? But also libraries. Libraries are great. Look at this librarian. She looks fun, right? So incredibly important is to study like a week before exams. All right, don't go crazy. I was like, maybe if I study 3 weeks in advance, I'll master the material. You know what I ended up mastering? Forgetting everything on the freaking exam, okay? I do not recommend studying like 3 weeks in advance, because what are you doing? What are you doing? You're gonna forget that information. You can go over general concepts. Do not like go all in studying. For me, especially, I get study fatigue, so I will start forgetting things and overthinking things if I study the concepts for too long. You need to have the right amount of time for you to study for that exam. For me, it's always a week in advance. That's what you need to do. You need to find out what your sweet spot is. Studying too far in advance can make you forget concepts, confuse concepts. It's not that good, okay? I'm gonna move on to social aspects of college, because this is a huge one. This is a big category. Be careful. I'm saying this as your big sister, okay? Be careful. I know COVID is like over with the vaccine and everyone wants to go party, but no, okay? It's not over. You have to be super cautious, and not to sound like a mom, but I'm gonna sound like a mom. If you're doing anything social, get your vaccine, be careful. So I don't know how exactly college is gonna be after COVID. I think it's gonna be structured a bit differently in terms of like going out and being like doing social things, but I am just gonna tell you the advice from when I was a freshman. So this is pre-COVID time. This is just tips from when I was a freshman. Don't go out alone. Do not go out alone. Always have a buddy. This is very important, and it's on a deeper level because there are a lot of scary things that can happen to you in college. People are creepy, people are scary, people are stupid. Really bad things can happen very quickly. So definitely always have a friend with you, even if it's like daylight out. There's so many things that can happen and go wrong in college, and in terms of safety, it's just better to be with people at all times. That's what I would say. 2 things that are so important, and they both have to do with footwear. Footwear, yes. Please bring shoes that you do not care about, because if you go out, you need to have shoes that you don't care about. It's a must. Your shoes will get muddy. Your shoes will get destroyed. Your shoes will get wet. Do not wear your favorite pair of all white shoes out. Buy cheap shoes that you don't care about and wear them out. That is a huge tip. No one tells you. No one tells you that. Second thing I have to say about footwear is bring a comfortable pair of walking shoes. I cannot tell you how many times I wish I had comfortable walking shoes to walk around in, because most college campuses are freaking huge. Comfortable, cute sneakers, okay? Walking around campus is not fun sometimes, and you don't want to be walking in your high-heeled boots that are so cute for fall, and Jessica told you to buy them and bring them so you guys can twin, but you're uncomfy. Share your location with your friends. Like I said before, at all times there are risks to being alone, living on your own, and just constantly share your location with your friends. It's also just like helpful to know where people are at as like a social thing. Like you could ask someone to grab food if they're in your area. I would say share your location with your friends. It's not weird. It's definitely so normal. My friends all had their location shared from my group chat, so just do it. Okay, I could do an entire video on what to pack for college, but I'm gonna tell you one item that will save your freaking butt. It is those little keychains or mini wallets. I'll put a few photos on the screen, but do not carry your key in hand. Do not carry your ID in your pocket. Rookie mistakes, and we're not gonna make those mistakes. You need something to put your key and your ID card in. Your key and your ID card, typically when you get into a university, you have an ID card to open your building door, and you have a key to open your dorm door to your actual dorm room. Those are the most important things ever, and universities will charge you a arm and a half, your entire left leg, to get those things back. Everyone will have one, by the way. It's very staple. I'm just gonna get into some general health things that I wish I knew. This is like physical health, mental health. I want chocolate. Anyway, the tip in my note literally just says, make sure you don't give up on vegetables. But it's true. It's so true. It's so tempting when you go to a dining hall. A lot of the takeout options are like chicken nuggets, pasta, just a lot of things that are filling but not healthy. It's really important to figure out how to get your vegetables from somewhere. What I did personally, hashtag life hack, I would go to the store and buy frozen kale, keep it in my dorm freezer. You can get a little portable blender, you can get veggies, fruits, whatever, but I recommend at least like starting your day with a smoothie. Bring vitamins. These are things that you don't think about ahead of time, but it can really ruin your health. My skin broke out, like everything was just showing up. Okay, so definitely take care of your physical health. Go on walks, okay, for your physical and mental health. They're so effective. They make you feel like, wow, this world is so much bigger than me and my freaking writing assignment that I have to get done by tonight, and everything will be fine. I'm going to live through this. If you're trapped in your dorm room where it's like brick walls on either side and you're just like my assignments due. Like, you will feel much more constricted and sad. It's just a thing. Go walk. Here's my little tidbit tip on what to pack. Swiffer and Lysol wipes are going to be your best friends. You have no idea how often you will need to use a Swiffer, and not just a general broom, because general brooms don't pick up much and your floor will still be grimy. So definitely use a Swiffer. Get it all, like, Swiffers are a little like moist. Lysol wipes, really nice to keep your room nice and fresh and clean and smelling like lemons. So like wipe down your desk, wipe down your microwave at least like once a week. Dorm rooms are gross, okay? Do a deep clean. Do a deep clean once a week. It'll help your mental health. Promise it'll help your mental health if your room does not smell musty like a dorm. Do you like these little tidbit tip videos, or do you want me to do like an in-depth what to pack, an in-depth mental health video? Because I can do those too. I lived through college. I'm still living through it. We're getting through this together. I'll give you my tips as I learn them. But I just wanted to bring more of my advice TikTok-y side to YouTube. So let me know if you guys prefer these types of videos. I love you all, and I hope you have an amazing day, night, week, month, wherever you are. I love you so much. These are my tips for school. I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe, everybody.